It is my esteemed honor to introduce you to one of the best fencing minds we have got in world as on date, uh, Mr. Aeon Pop with us. And I must thank Sagar and Krishan for organizing such a wonderful lesson. Sir, we have just heard about you and thought about you. We would never imagine you will be kind enough to come and grace us with this occasion. And we have got people logging in, around 200 plus people will be listening to you, sir, and it's an esteemed honor for us to have you on the Zoom session. I, on behalf of Fencing Association of India and Sports Authority of India, welcome you once again formally, sir. Now, a brief about Mr. Yon Pop. I am too small a person to give a brief of such a great personality we have got in the world in the field of fencing. Sir was born in Romania in 50s. He started fencing around way back when I was born. He was the 1974 Junior World Championship medalist. He won a bronze medal in Montreal Olympics in 1976. He was fifth place holder in Moscow Olympics and just missed the medal by a whisker. He has been tremendous in coaching experience. He has been a head coach of Romania, and his students won so many medals in world championships, especially in 1994, a foil medal by one of his students. Most important part is that he has been one of the best technical mans on fencing available with fencing international FEI as on date. He has been the he has been international technical director of coaching of FEI from 1997 to 2014. He has written more than 50 coaches program or fencing manuals on the behalf of FI. He has been one of the few FI A grade referees we have in our world since 1994. I have heard from somewhere that life is all about meeting great people and having new experience in life. And I think this is one day where I learn a lot from you, sir. We have got around 100 plus people logging in. People will keep logging in, sir. It is an esteemed honor for you to have you on the Zoom session, sir. Over to you, sir, and best of luck, sir. Mr. Yon Pop, thank you very much, sir.
Thank you myself. It's a pleasure to me to be with you today, even if we have this pandemic unfortunate context and situation. But anyway, it's an honor and pleasure to me to discuss with you about fencing, and especially about saber fencing.
Great, sir.
Of course, 2 or 3 people's coaches from your country already participate to one of the most important coaching education program in Budapest, which was quite exhaustive and long. That's mean between 2 and 3 months. Also, it is true that absolutely in the beginning, in the beginning of my technical and sport director function to the FIE, I think it was in 97 that I came in. I was in India, and we have started at that time to start the coaching education. Unfortunately, it didn't work that time. But anyway, I had the occasion to visit your magnificent country, and to watch a little bit the very beginning of the development of fencing structures in India.
Yes.
Now about the main subject. I think that in the beginning I will present my basic principles regarding the learning of and teaching of fencing, and in the second part uh, you can ask questions maybe, or something which is not about problems which is not very clear from you.
Right, right.
Uh,
Please,
I
please, sir, please, please.
Okay. Just I saw, and I realized that the main topic for this discussion, it's is the tactical aspects of saber fencing. Of course, it is absolutely important topic, but anyway, I cannot I we cannot isolate the topic of tactic from the technical part. It is a very important matter, because the technical tactical parts, the technical with the tactical parts, they are in very strict community, and we absolutely cannot discuss about the tactical part without the techniques. Of course, we can imagine that always in the learning we have in any moment of the fencing, in the competition, in the training sessions and everything, in every moment we have two virtual axes: the technical going in the direction of the tactical purpose, and from the tactical to the technical. This is the two very important axes, and in any moment we find somewhere between these two axes. Just it is just to clarify that we cannot realize any tactical objective or purpose without the technical part, because even if you have the right decision and the right way to manage, because what is the tactical part? The tactical part, it is to manage the opposition, the adversity of the opponent on the piste, and in a very general way, the technical part, it is your entire body and the relationship between your arm and your body, in a very general way, of course. And if we don't have this capacity, this ability to realize technically the tactical purpose, it will be not successful. Now, just I want to make a little bit a difference between general theoretical and practical information what we have about the saber fencing, and what's happened in this moment, in this period, in our age, on the piste, to the competitions, internal, national, and international, and until the very high level fencing. It's the fencing is changed a lot. I don't know. I don't want to give all the details why these changes become, because we had a lot of changes in the electronic equipment, changing and rechanging the blocking time of the two lamps, and this blocking time have a very important influence to the fencing time, and also, which is very important, the refereeing, even if we have the video refereeing and the FI referees and a lot of different possibilities to increase the quality of the refereeing. For different reasons, the refereeing have a very important place. How the saber fencing on the saber fencing evolution on the piste, because usually we have the factor of the subjectivity of the refereeing. In different periods, we can observe a different trend, a different way to refereeing, and to a different way to honor the different actions. Now, what we can observe to the World Cup competitions, and I coming back from 2 years of work with the national team. That's mean I am very updated regarding the reality of the piste and the reality of the competition and the refereeing and the way to fencing. What we can observe that huge majority of the fencer, they start the action immediately when the referee say alley, and when he say alley, immediately we have a fencing action from both fencers. Usually, let's say that it is we have in the middle of the piste a simultaneous actions context that's mean both of the fencer, they are they start an offensive action. And for this reason we have a simultaneous action, and this is the basic tactic. The simultaneous action became our days a tactical situation. And from the simultaneous action, the fencers and the coaches, they start to develop a tactical solution how to hit. Of course, it is not extremely spectacular. It is not very comprehensive and understandable for the spectators when we have spectators. And starting from this moment, the referee say halt. Let's say we have a simultaneous action. The next actions, one of the fencer, he will just simulate that he will go in a common attack, and he try a parry riposte. Other solution, and all this create a new, very new tactical and logical situation. What is the first? After that, one of the fencer receive a parry riposte from the other side, which parry riposte could be executed with a step forward, closing the distance forward, or to make a step forward, or one or two small steps forward, and one or two steps backward immediately. That means he helped his parry and his defensive action immediately with the distance. That's meaning that it's happened very often that one of the fencers make a step lunge, which is short, and the other one restart his offensive action if his opponent is close by a riposte from one place. If not, if his steps backward are bigger, to give more insurance to the defensive fencer, he can restart an attack after a short attack from his opponent. Now the logical construction from the other side it's become like this. If I am short, I will add another step to my step lunge attack, and it's become to be very used, the two steps lunge, exactly to avoid this possibility to be short in his attack. And during the two steps, also we can change our decision. That's mean to make a compound attack if the other one during his steps backward try a parry riposte also. This is the response of the fencer. Now the other fencer, when he see that his opponent make a longer attack, that's mean two-step lunge, he just simulate that he will make a parry riposte or forward or backward, and he will execute an attack on the preparation with the lunge. which is very clear that his attack on the preparation, because during the two-step launch, you can easily make a half a step forward and to make a very quickly finalized attack on the preparation. Of course, the response from the other hand, that he will just make two steps forward and he will try a parry riposte. He have two solutions against an attack on the preparation. One, that he will just start and give the impression of a long attack, and during this he will make a parry riposte with a step forward, or he will make a step launch, of course, and with this kind of constructions and logical mental exchanges, you can see now this is a lot of hits, a huge majority of the hits. It's they happened in the middle of the piece. Immediately after the alley of the referee. Usually, after a short attack, and if you don't have an immediate after a short attack of the opponent, you have during a fencing time. That's I want to make this precision, because if you make a step forward and one or two steps backward, and the attack of your opponent are short, you will have the opportunity to restart the action from your side, because you have the priority immediately after a short attack of your opponent. But attention, this priority, it is not the duration of this priority. It is not forever. It is just during a fencing time. As you have a short attack, and you must restart immediately. If you make a short attack, you restart immediately, and the other one make an attack in the same time. It is your priority. But if the attack is short and you stay longer than a fencing time, or you make another step backward, this priority after a fencing time turn back to the attacker who make the first attack. Attention to this, that if you make short your opponent, you have not the priority longer than a fencing time. And after that, if the attacker who make a short attack, you make the steps backward, he come back in on guard, and he start to make his retreat. That's steps backward. The other fencer usually what is happened on the piste now, he don't stop anymore, and he push you until the end of the piste. Now, when we speak about the tactical solutions, if I compare with the other weapons, the saber in this moment, the time for the tactical creativity is much more shorter than in foil or in épée. Tactically, in épée or in foil, I prepare, I want to convince, I have the time, I move forward, backward. We have a continuous movement on the piste to find the right moment, the right distance, and the right solution to hit our opponent. That means I prepare a simple actions, and finally I will make a compound actions in foil or in épée. For example, I prepare a direct hit, and finally I will make an attack by blade, or by beat, or by taking the blade, or everything. In Sable, what you have our days, this is not absolutely not the same, because everything is very, very fast, and you don't have time enough to prepare something, and for this reason, many actions must, after if it is not usually the actions in the middle of the piece, when what I spoke about, this kind of simultaneous action context, everything is pre-decided generally. When one of the fencer try to make an action, that's mean he tried to make an attack on the preparation. He tried to make short his opponent. He tried to take his blade during the simultaneous action. And when we have a fencing phrase, a fencing action of one offensive and one defensive, and it is not it is without success from both sides. What I say, usually the real fencing is coming, arrive. That means in this moment, starting with this moment, we don't know exactly what we want to do, and we will react with our perception, decision, and reaction. That means when I push my opponent to the end of the piece, I don't know exactly what I will do. Just I know that I must finish my initiative, my offensive movement in the direction of the opponent. And now we will become to the technical aspects, because in which way I train my capacity to manage my offensive action or my defensive action, it depends very, very much about how I train myself. And for this reason, I spoke in the beginning about the virtual access of of from the technical to the tactical aspects. That because during the teaching, and we will become now to the fencing lesson and to the fencing training, taking into account what I told before, that in the middle of the piece, when we make both of the fencer attacks and make simultaneous action, or defensive action, one of them, everything usually is pre-decided. What's mean pre-decided? That I say no, taking into account tactically, usually from the highest level, we have information about our opponent. We know that he have a very, very, very good direct attack. We know that he have a very very strong parry post. We have information about our opponent, and and we have two aspects, two topics. One is the information what we have about our opponent, and we have the tactical evolution of the bout. That's mean, of course, that after that I received a parry post. I just give an example. That's mean the tactical evolution of the bout. It could be 5 hits or 15 hits. That if I received a parry post and I have the information, the pre-information about my opponent, that he is very strong in parry post, of course that I will try to make a compound attack. If I make a compound attack, that I decide before to start the action. That's mean the pre-decided actions. But when the movement on the piece start, because one of the action wasn't successful, we don't have time anymore to pre-decide what we will do in the next moment. And in this moment, we will react according to our technical and tactical preparation during the training sessions, that I go forward. If my opponent make a counter attack, I will try to finish in the same time or make a parry of his counter attack. If when I push him, he try to take my blade, I try to avoid his blade. But the time what I have to realize all this, it's very small, very little. Everything is very fast, and for this reason, I must be trained. I must be ready to react in a very, very fast way. For this reason, for this reason, uh, uh, for this reason, I think that we can start regarding our fencing lesson, because if my information is correct, all of you are fencing coaches, and one of the main task of the fencing coach is the fencing lesson. And in the fencing lesson, you must distinguish very clearly two ways of working with our fencer. One of the way of working is the uh, it's in cooperation, and the second one in opposition with my student. In cooperation, what's mean cooperation with my fencer? That's mean I will tell him, I will hit you on your chest, you will take a quart parry, and you will give the riposte. That's mean, and I tell him we will not move, we will stay on place. That I give all information regarding what he will do. Of course, this is the automatical part of the lesson when we teach exactly the movements for each technical solution. This way to work with the fencer in cooperation, if we modelize like a system, it is a closed system with maximum of stability. We give maximum of indication, restriction, that we say you don't move, you cannot make any other movement, maximum of indication, restriction, and convention. That's mean that we will agree together what we will do. This kind of exercises during the lesson, I say that the working form is in cooperation. The other working form is the opposition. That don't forget, cooperation and opposition. In this case, we will start to go in the tactical solutions directions, that I say to my fencer, I will attack you or to the chest or to the flank. You will make a step forward, a step backward, and you you will take the correspondent parry. That means he don't know exactly what kind of attack I will do. That means this is the beginning of the opposition. That means my behavior and the behavior of the coach is become a little bit like the behavior of the opponent, because the opponent either he will not tell us what he will do. We must have the perception the mental decision and the reaction to his movement. That's in this case, we speak about before for the cooperation, we discussed about the closed system with stability and with maximum of information, indication, restriction, and agreement between the coach and student. Now we will speak about when we work in the opposition, which is very important to do it also. It is an open system. The characteristic is instability, minimum of indication, restriction, and convention. And this must be very important. Of course, it is. I cannot precise all the situation. Just I want to take care about one principle, because this way of working in opposition with my student, that means that I can change more and more the situation and the action what I will do. If a counterattack, if I extend the arm, he will make a parry riposte. Now, of course, what is very important, always it is only with the very beginners that we work exclusively in cooperation or exclusive in cooperation. Usually, the way of working is between the two systems. That's mean cooperation and opposition. We cannot work exclusively in opposition, because and this is a very important, don't forget it, we cannot work in the same time in opposition with the student more than three solutions. That's mean if I bend the arm, you make a counterattack. If I go forward and hit you to the chest, you take a quart parry. If I make an attack to the flank, you take a second or the tierce parry. That means we have the fencer. He must solve three possibilities, three solutions. We cannot make more. We cannot make more, because everything is depend how far away I am from the fencer, and it must be possible to see and to react to my movement. If I am very, very, very close and I make a feint and the hit, it cannot be solved even in opposition. That's mean it's very, very, very important, the distance and the speed of the execution of the coach. This is generally what I wanted to say. That's mean the classical way of tactical approach in saber fencing in this moment. It is very difficult, and it is this this game between the pre-decided solutions and the solutions by, let's say, by reflex, by automatics. I would like to ask you if you have any question of misunderstanding about what I say, and I would like to ask you very kindly to speak slowly, because sometimes some of you, if you have a very strong accent, Indian accent in English, I have difficulties to understand.
Thank you, sir. I am a program coordinator. I'll moderate most of the questions and put it across. I will hear from the people and I will further explain it to you, sir. First of all, sir, I know you're a very busy person, sir, and
Yeah.
you have taken time from your busy schedule to give us some wonderful tips. I have got a lot of questions people asking me, basically coaches. So first question is by Jijo Nidir. We have a coach. He says, is it good for young fencers teaching technique with related tactically? Or what he wants to say, at what, suppose he's a coach, a beginner, 10 or 12 years. He said that technique and tactics should be mixed together while giving a training, or they should be separate.
I am convinced of regarding the first question, regarding the age of the fencer.
Yes.
Then
Yes.
the question it was, what is the right age to start? Yes.
Yes. Tactics and technique both.
Mm-hmm. In any case, even if my personal opinion is that fencing must start a little bit later than a 12 year, the general trend, it is to start earlier. That's mean even if let's say what is my argument? It is of course, if you work with a young fencer of 10 years old, and you work during 2 years until 12, and after that you start with a 12 years old fencer. What the 10 years old fencer learned during 2 years, the 12-year fencer will learn in 3 months. That's this is the difference. What is important that to start earlier, and why I agree finally with this also, it is that they start earlier the competition. And finally, in my experience, we speak a lot about the selection of the fencers, the right person to be selected, and what is the main quality to be selected. In my very long experience, the only and single criteria for the selection, it is the psychological criteria.
Yes.
For
Wonderful.
all the rest, it is just a quality work. But to find a good competitor, it is difficult, and for this reason, I am against the selection for fencing. because it is a very generous sport, and and a lot of possibility to compensate qualities with other qualities. That's mean for the runner,
Thank you.
if and for other sports it is not the same. But in fencing, I saw
Okay.
tall, small, thin, big, all kind of fencers, all kind of physical qualities, and they become high level fencer. Regarding the second question, the tact always we start with the beginners with a easier part of the fencing. That's mean exactly you start to work in cooperation. That's mean you say on place, close only the technical solution, the technical execution, and let's say a direct attack to the direct hit to the head. And when technically it is perfectly executed on place, we will start in working in movement, that with a step forward and with a launch. When everything is technically working well, in the beginning, I speak about the beginners. When we have a technical procedure which is teached and learned very well, immediately we could put this technical procedure in a tactical context. That's mean if me like coach, I open and the fencer make a direct hit to the head with the lunge, we must explain to him, and from the beginning it's important this kind of conscientious work, that they must do what they do and why they do, and this is and we can explain that this is an attack.
Okay.
The same direct action, I can make a step forward and he can make an attack, and this is a counter attack and or an attack on the preparation. That what I want to say, that all the time regarding the tactical context, what I explain, because there's a direct hit, it is the most important what we have in fencing, because every kind of even complex and complicated action will end and will finish with a direct hit, and we must teach them very well. We must coordinate. I didn't speak about too much about the technical aspects, but the two participants who they was in Budapest, they can explain that the technical part very well to all other colleagues, because the balance, the coordination, the footwork, we have a lot of topics which is very, very important. But anyway, we start with the easier aspect, with the technical one, but always we must put the technical procedure in a tactical context later.
Thank you, sir. We have got another question. The question says, sir, that what should be the combination of tactical and technical things in a lesson of 30 minutes or so? You can say, what should be the combination of technical and tactical aspects or skill in a lesson?
Um, what it's depend what is the relationship between the two aspects and the weight of one of the aspects during a 30 minutes lesson. It's I cannot say for each student and for each fencer that we have a very clear percentage or proportion. Is depend of the level of the fencer.
Okay.
It's the tactical aspects. It is let's say for a beginner. At first, for a beginner, you don't give a 30 minutes lesson. That's it. It must be shorter. But anyway, let's say we take a competitor, a fencer, who make or already, let's say, 14, 15 years old. He make national level competitions, and you give a lesson, and he have at least 4 year fencing behind him. And in this case, let's say that the proportion must be between the technical and tactical part. It must be let's say 50-50. But what I want regarding this question of precision, that I told you before, that that never, especially in the model what I say, that's been 14, 15 years old fencer something. It is never exclusively technical part and exclusively tactical part. Both of them going together, even for the technical part. Even for the technical part, when we speak, we must make the difference between something mechanic and something automatic. The automatic, that means it must be, we must create the dynamical stereotypes and not mechanical solutions. That means even the technique must be learned always a little bit in the tactical situation. That is, it is not a purely technical or tactical lesson.
Thank you, coach. Another question is that in Indian scenario, most of the players are giving up to pressure at 14 each score, 44 each, or 14 each score. What do you recommend at that time? How fencer should play the bout when he's on 14 each? Because I have seen many fencers losing at that time. This is a question which has been asked again and again by many people earlier also.
Yes, I understand. Of course, I just could have suggestion in this, because perfect solution don't exist. You know,
Yes.
it is different, because many fencers lose at 14, but many the same number of fencers win
at 14
to 15, 14. And what my coaching advice is generally what I want to say to the coaches: don't create fencers who they are only fighters in the middle of the piste. That's only fighter. It is not enough for the high level fencing.
Great.
You must create complex, competitive, complex uh, fencers with all the technical solution possible. And what I say, and if you take the best, let's say 3 or 4 fencers in the world in this moment, they fence completely differently from the others, exactly in because they are richer in actions. That's mean they make maximum 1 simultaneous actions, and immediately after they try a, a defensive fencing action. That means they go forward, backward, and they start to fence. To don't reduce the fencing to the middle of the piece. And what I want to say, coming back to the questions, that at 14-14, of course, it's very important what's happened until 14-14. What kind of action? How I give the hits? How I receive the hit? That means it is a complexity of data. What must be analyzed by the fencer. But my solution, it is always to try an action, but not the easier action, which is the last tension and last responsibility. I want to be very, very clear here. That means to 14-14, it is very most of the fencer who they try to make a fencing phrase and don't make an attack to make a defensive solution. Usually they pre-decide, I will make a step forward and I will go to make a quint, a fifth pair. This is the easiest solution, and I don't like this one because this is exactly black or white. What is much better? It is try to make a step forward, backward, and start the actions there. Of course, it is not a preferred solution of the fencers because I understand them. They are very tensed. They are under pressure, and they don't want to find a solution when the stress and the pressure is longer than 1 second.
Okay.
And for this reason, but anyhow, I prefer this kind of action, and I prefer to do something, not just blindly going forward.
Thank you, coach. Coach, just one more question, then we will go to the 3-4 coaches who have worked with you. We will give them chance to talk to you and ask questions. My one question is that we have seen since 2011 the Korean saber fencing, the saber fencing of Korea has come up like anything. You being one of the best minds to analyze the sports structure of the country, can you please tell us briefly what Korea has done and how they come up so fast? After that, I'll come to the Sagar, Mohit, and all panels. Please.
Yes, it is. It is. Of course, it is. All the fencing world was very surprised about how fast and without any kind of foreign coach they realized this progress what they made. Of course, it is. I know some details because I was invited. That I think in 2008 already, the Korean fencing wasn't so strong that in 11 or 12, and but they was already very strong. In 2008 or 2007, it was. I was invited for 1 week only to make an update for the men and women saber national coaches, and I saw clearly how they in which condition, how they work. Of course, I must say that at first the infrastructure, they have a dedicated fencing venue with a round of 16 or 20 pistes in the same place. They had a sport hotel and restaurant. That's mean a sport complex in the same place. And the fencers, they was internal of this camp from Monday to Friday included. Let's say about the quantity of the training sessions. Every day, 3 training sessions, starting with a physical preparation in the morning at 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, and after that, 2 fencing training sessions during the day, between around of 2 hour half, 3 hours, which is not so many people country can realize this. I assume that like quantity, it is very enormous. Regarding but what it was very important, that it was not only the quantity, but at that time already it was the excellent quality of the contents of the training session. Of course, nothing let's say unusual, but it was a warming up. It was a very serious footwork, minimum 30 minutes. After that lesson, exercises and free bouts. It by the way, regarding the Korean fencing, I must say that of course the fencers and coaches, they are extremely motivated by financial matters also. That's mean, let's say that they are really professionals. They do only this, And when regarding if they obtain any kind of result, the financial part of the salary increase a lot, and they are really, really very well paid. Let's say that the best saber fencers, of course, I speak about fencers who they obtain individual or team medals to the World Championships or Olympic Games. They have a minimum of income of $15,000 per month, and this is of course it is a huge and enormous motivation for the other fencers and coaches to accede to the national team and to have the possibility to go to the World Cup competitions, and that's mean all of this. That's mean the infrastructure, conditions of the preparation, enormous quantity and excellent quality of the training sessions, and of course, like I told you, financial matters also.
Thank you, sir. Such a wonderful answer. In addition, sir, there is a policy in Korea which I read that if they win medal at Olympics or World Championship, they will get a excuse from essential military service also. That is also a big motivation for them. Now over to Sagar.
Absolutely. They have all the. For this reason, it's everybody, to the World Cup competition. Let's say usually many the number of the participants. Let's say it is around of 12 fencers maximum for a country. They come. Not many countries, only maybe 5 or 6 or 7 countries, they use this maximum quota, because it's expensive to make the traveling, everything. Many countries, they come only with 3 or 4 fencers. They come also always and all the time with a maximum quota of fencers.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Over to your student, Sagar. Sagar, I'm unmuting you, please.
Hi, coach. Thank you very much that you have given we have requested you given us such a wonderful lecture. Although I have learned everything about the advanced coaching from you only. So basically, I don't have any kind of doubts in the coaching field, because that's what you have taught me. So it's just a thanks from my side that you have come from such a short notice and you have delivered such a wonderful lecture.
It was a pleasure for me. Of course, you know very well, and you can tell to everybody that that even 3 months it's a short time to discuss all the details about the our sport. And but anyway, it was a pleasure for me to participate. I hope that it was useful, and I hope that it was very clear what I told you.
Don't mind, we have got 2-3 more coaches that they want to ask. Mohit ji, over to you. After that, I'll come to Ashok ji and Lohit ji. I will not take more than 5 minutes, coach. I know you are busy.
Okay.
Good afternoon, coach.
Good afternoon.
I just remind you, in '97, you came to India and I was there in IG Stadium. You were
Yeah.
wearing a long coat, and that was first time I met you. I am with the national team EPE, and recently in World Championship Budapest, one of our girls has reached up to round of 64. Her ranking is 57th in the World Championship. And for Bhavani Devi in Saber, you know, she's doing extremely well.
Yes.
And our boys and girls are doing, at junior level, we are doing very well. At senior level, we are just growing. And as far as your teachings are concerned, Krishan sir and Sagar, those who have been trained under you, they have given your videos, your CDs, and we watch them, and according to that, we work with our trainees, and mostly every coach. And thanks a lot for such a wonderful lecture, tactical lecture, and very good use of footwork and weapon work during the bout. Thank you, coach. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much, and it was a pleasure for me. Thank you.
Ashok sir, you are there?
Yes.
Sir, just a minute, coach. Mr. Ashok Kumar, you are there?
Yes, I'm there.
Sir, please just ask question or convey thanks, please. Thank you. Fast. He is already late. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Lots of thanks from our side, from all of India. I met him there in Hungary when I was for ICC course in 2017. Sagar was there with you in academy, and I was there in ICC course, Budapest. We were together there in 2017.
Yes.
Coach, I wanted to ask a simple question.
Yes.
Last 2 days earlier, a doctor said on the sports sciences, he gave the example of hockey, that the younger child, the toddlers, should not be given a lengthy hockey like a mature hockey player. So in fencing also, it will be some harmful for the beginner very in the young age, holding the same weapon. A 20 years old man is holding the same weapon, and a 7 years old children is also holding same weapon of same length, same weight.
Thank you. Please, coach, you understood?
Not really.
I'll explain that. Coach, he's saying that is it advisable that you give a adult blade to a beginner to start with, or you should specify with the sword or blade which is applicable to beginner? Sometimes it happens younger players or beginners start playing with a longer blade which adult use. Is it good or it is harmful?
Yes, I understand. Yes. If the fencer is very young, that's mean 7 year or 8 year, it is maybe I am not at all sure of my response, honestly. But I prefer that maybe from 7 to 9 to work with a shorter blade and very simple actions. But starting from 9 or 10, it's better to go and start with a normal blade.
I think, coach, it has to do with the strength and body structure of fencer also. That's
Yes.
what you are saying. If some fencer is strong, you can give him that also. Now, Lohit, two more people, and coach, then we will bid you farewell. We don't want to lose this opportunity to let people ask their question. Just 5 more minutes. Lohit?
Okay.
Lohit, please.
Two questions, two persons. Okay.
Okay, 2 person. Lohit, go ahead, please. And after that, I'll give chance to Rashid if he's there.
Coach,
Yes.
Yeah, go. Lohit, go ahead. Rashid, you go ahead. Lohit is out. Rashid, tu go ahead.
Uh, Hi, coach. Myself, I am Rashid Ahmad, and I was after a long time I saw you. I was in a St. Petersburg World Championship camp at FI, and it under your coaching, and it was a great experience for me to
Yes.
train under you for a week time, followed by the World Championship.
Yes.
And I extend my thanks to you to come on the Zoom session of Indian fencing. And your words are very good, and we learn a lot from this. Thank you so much.
Krishanji, you are last. Krishanji, you can ask, then we can bid farewell to coach. Krishanji, because you did a lot of effort to coordinate this.
Thank you, coach, to be here. And I don't have any words to ask. Just I let him. I just want to thank him to be here. So he has accepted our request and he is here. He's so kind to us. So thank you, coach, to be here. Thanks for.
Thank you. It was a pleasure and honor for me.
Coach, with this, we conclude our session. In the end, on the behalf under 250 people who are watching you, on the behalf of Fencing Association of India and Sports Authority of India, I wanted to convey our thanks to you. We look forward to work under you in some capacity. It is our loss. You came in 97, but we could not work it out. Before I give you last word to say and then we log out, I wanted to just say mulțumesc. It is hi in Romanian. Mulțumesc. Over to you, coach. You can conclude, and after that, please stay safe and take care. You can conclude.
Okay, that's mean. It was a pleasure for me, and I hope that of course, even all the time, you know, the fencing, it's a very strange sport. My former colleague in the FIE, Natalie Rodriguez, who she wasn't a fencer, but when he heard about how long discussion we could have about the fencing, she told me, Johan, fencing is not a combat sport. It is a debate sport. And but of course it is always when 2 or 3 fencers meet, it always you could have hours and hours of discussion, of opinion, and this is maybe the interest of our sport. Anyway, what I want to tell to the, let's say, to the Indian fencing, that that I saw in the last 10 years, the results are better and better, especially to Asian level, different categories, youngest people. That let's say that fencing improve in your country, and this is a very good news. It is important to work together, to organize yourself coaching clinics together by weapon, and the federation must organize and must help and support this kind of coaching clinics, that the persons who they had the opportunity to participate to the courses and to the educations in your profession, they must give this knowledge to everybody. And this is absolutely important. And in anyhow, I want to congratulate the Indian fencing with the obtained results, and greetings also, because I spoke yesterday with my friends Bernard Zoltan, and he told me he sent greetings to the Indian fencing as well. Thank you very much, and I hope that your results will be improved even more in the future.
Thank you, coach. Thank you very much. I would request all to kindly give a good round of applause to coach wherever you are standing, so that it is our gratitude to say. Please give good round of applause. Thank you very much, coach. Stay safe, and once again, multumas. Thank you.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Thank you. Request all to log out. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye bye.